Today's Advent calendar window opens on Isaiah chapter 14, verses 1 to 6, and hymn 274. Let's start this reflection by listening to the words of Isaiah. Comfort, comfort my people, says our God. Speak tenderly to Jerusalem and proclaim to her that her hard service has been completed, that her sin has been paid for, that she has received from the Lord's hand double for all her sins. A voice of one calling, in the wilderness prepare the way for the Lord, make straight in the desert a highway for our God. Every valley shall be raised up, every mountain and hill made low, and the rough ground shall become level, and the rugged places a plain. And the glory of the Lord will be revealed, and all people will see it together, for the mouth of the Lord has spoken. A voice says, cry out. And I say, what shall I cry? All people are like grass, and all their faithfulness is like the flowers of the field. Have you ever waited for the X17 bus? And when it arrives, I'm never quite sure if it's a previous one running late, or even which of those it might be, or a later one running a little early. Once on the bus, you then wait to see if it will arrive at your destination on time. And there is nothing you can do to change that. Advent is often seen as a time of waiting. Waiting for the birth of Jesus. Each day, we open a new window of our Advent calendar to see what is behind it. But we can do nothing to make Christmas Day occur earlier than the 25th of December. However, unlike the X17, we can be better prepared by looking afresh at well-known Bible passages for each day. The book of Isaiah contains many of these, and for good reasons. From today's window, we immediately recognise verses 3 to 6, and for a very special reason, as they occur elsewhere in the Bible, in each of the four Gospels. John the Baptist quotes these four verses as the opening to his own ministry, a ministry warning the people to turn from their ways of sin and selfishness and proclaiming the beginning of Jesus' own time. When Isaiah wrote these words, it was at the time many from Judah were exiled in Babylon, and he provides this message of hope and expectation that those times would end and they would eventually return to Jerusalem. Whilst they refer to a relatively short time scale, they're also seen to refer to the much longer one when God will reveal himself through Jesus, his only Son. And the words of this passage in Isaiah are repeated in today's hymn 274. A hymn perhaps not as well known as some we have for other days, but they are words that several choirs and choral societies would have been preparing to perform once again this year. For they are the opening words of Handel's Messiah. Comfort ye, my people, saith our God. The words comfort and comfortable have similar origins, but generally are seen as differing. Comfortable conjures up a comfortable armchair, pair of shoes, cardigan, skirt, trousers. That is physical comfort. Comfort can be used in this way, but it's usually seen as bringing comfort to someone, to reassure them, to provide them the strength to keep going, to look forward. Indeed, the Oxford Dictionary directly equates comfort with strengthening, since the word fortis is Latin for strength. Isaiah is saying to the people of Judah, be assured, be strengthened in your resolve, that the will of God is that you can and will return, renewed in your faith in him, and return to Jerusalem. But he's also looking even further forward. In the King James Bible, the word comforter appears in John 14, in reference by Jesus to his promise of the coming of the Holy Spirit to his disciples after he ascended back to heaven. And I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another Comforter, that he may abide with you forever. Even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him, but ye know him, for he dwelleth with you, and shall be in you. I will not leave you comfortless. I will come to you. Yet a little while, and the world seeth me no more. But ye seeth me, because I live, ye shall live also. At that day ye shall know that I am in my Father, and ye in me, and I in you. Our more modern translations replace comforter with advocate or helper, but have the same meaning. The promise that the gift of the Holy Spirit comes to disciples past, present, and future, including us. And in verse 2 of today's reading, we are reminded that the people of Jerusalem's sin has been paid for. Jesus paid for the sin of the world on the cross, and through belief in him and a true desire to live a life free of sin in him, we receive that same Holy Spirit, the Comforter promised by Jesus, and we live in him and he in us. What amazing reassurance in these difficult times. The last few weeks have seen encouraging breaking news of the successful development of new vaccines against coronavirus. The UK regulator approving the first of these, and vaccinations now started that may eventually allow us to start to return to something approaching normal lives during next year. We all recognise the skillful application of scientific discovery and knowledge to the task, and the incredible dedication and hard work of the scientists and their various institutions to achieve this goal. As Christians, we also see something of the complex order of God's creation that science can use to the benefit of humankind. We give thanks that the Oxford team have ensured that their vaccine will be made available to the poorest nations at low cost. As we emerge from all our restrictions at a future date, let us take time to pray and hope that the collective spirit of assistance and support for others will continue, and those who turned for comfort, reassurance and hope to the Church and Christian faith continue to do so and find a welcome home amongst us. May you have a very Merry Christmas.